Good morning, good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning, good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Me First Mornings. I am your host, Patricia Ribeiro Wolfson, and I'm an intuitive coach and an energy healer, a wife, and a mom of 3 boys. And my mission is to help you calibrate your energy, how to integrate self care into easy, doable steps, and how to embrace your own natural gifts to achieve a life that you love and a life you deserve. We all deserve to feel connected to our purpose. We all deserve to feel like we are living our purpose, not just connected to it, and that we are here sharing our light. I was going to say shedding our light. Well, it is sort of like shedding the light too, because you're sharing it and you're spilling it and you want it to like spill over. You want your light to spill in abundance so that you can remind other people to also shine their light and to also be in abundance of their light, because so often we are not as abundant with our light because we are afraid. We are afraid of showing our true selves. We are afraid of shining our light for fear that somebody else may not be shining so brightly and will, probably make us feel bad about shining that light. You know how it is. I was definitely someone like that growing up. I was kind of a happy-go-lucky kid. I guess I'm still happy-go-lucky. But like you'd kind of share and sprinkle your light and your glitter and whatever else everywhere, and not everybody takes too kindly to that. Not everybody wants to wants to have their light spread, your light spread all over them, especially if they're having a rough time or they don't feel very bright themselves. And so I'm here to say that it's okay if you're someone who doesn't appreciate other people's light being thrown on you because you're having a rough time. And I'm going to tell you that if you are someone who shines your light, that's okay too. You need to be who you are. You need to shine as you are, even if it's you're shining dimly because you have so many things that are blocking that light. It is okay. It is okay to be in that place where you have not yet been able to shed all of the limiting beliefs or all of the stories or all of the experiences or all of the traumas that you have experienced in your life. And depending on where you are in your life, you may or may not be able to express or share or spread that light, and that's okay. Wherever you are in your process, I want to let you know that it's okay. Bon dia. Thanks, Dad. Bon dia to you too. Okay, so today, what are we talking about today? Today, we are going to talk about something that is really, really important in the topic of energy calibration, and that is wasting time and energy. Now, everything is abundant on this planet. Of course, we don't, actually, nothing really dies or disappears because everything is energy, and energy cannot be um killed. It cannot be finished. Energy is always transmuted and transforms into another form. So it doesn't end. Energy doesn't end. So that means we don't end. It means everything around us doesn't end, but we are able to change it. We can manipulate it. And that is what calibrating your energy is all about. It's about manipulating and calibrating your energy so that you can connect with the things that you want. And I'm being purposely conscientious of saying so that you can raise to a higher vibration. And there is a higher vibration, or and I've used this example before, just like in colors, right? There are the there are colors that vibrate at different levels, right? They vibrate faster or they vibrate slower, and so there's a higher vibration and a lower vibration. But once again, I want to say that that is not reflective of the worth of that vibration, of your worth, of wherever you are vibrating. I want you to understand that these are simply values that exist at that particular level, right? So just like a color vibrates really highly, and it may have like a level of 600 or whatever in vibration, then and another color has a vibration of like 100. It does not change the importance of that color. Everything has importance importance. Everything has validity. Okay. So I just want to say that off the bat because it's a message that I feel I need to express. And the topic, as I said, is to stop wasting your time and energy. So as I said, you don't really your energy doesn't technically end, but we are human. We are human beings. We are spiritual beings that are living a human experience. And that earthly energy, right, like our humanness, can weigh us down and can also keep us from remembering our divine power, right? That divine inner strength. We are all connected to the light. We are all connected to love. We are all connected to source. We are all connected to God. We are all made from God, right? From light, from the same power that, fuels the stars. We are made of that same material. And it's important for us to recognize that. And it's also easy to forget that because we are living on this planet. And it's sort of like a game. If you want to look at it, this planet is almost like a video game where it comes with its own levels and its own rules. And, the thing is that when you're playing a game, if you're playing like a video game, for example, you don't get upset at the game for the levels that you're at, right? It's like that's the level you're at. You might get frustrated with the level because you keep trying to pass the level and you can't, and if you're not a video game person, I have another analogy that I thought of yesterday, which was really connected to the whole thing that I talk about with the GPS, and that is a map analogy, which I will share the map analogy in a little bit. But what I really want to share with you is this. Wherever you are is okay. Wherever you want to go is amazing, right? But what I really want to impart on you today when I say stop wasting your time and energy is stop lamenting what exists, right? You cannot change what is present in your life in the moment. Like, can you change it 5 minutes from now? Can you change your perspective about it? Can you change your relationship to it? Yes, yes, yes. You can do all of those things. But where I see people wasting time is trying to lament the situation. Now, everybody needs to process the situations that they're going through, right? So you're going through stuff and you're going to have to process it. And that may include some lamenting, right? You may be sad. Sorry, I have to turn off my phone here. You may be sad or frustrated or angry or depressed or whatever it is that you're feeling about the situation in your life. And that's okay. Whatever you feel is okay. However you're feeling about it is okay. What is a waste of your energy is going through the steps that would have made it not happen, right? This is where we waste hours and hours of time. Well, if I had said this instead of that, I might not have been in this position. Oh, if I had just done this instead of that, I may not have lost that job, that person, that opportunity, that experience, right? If I had done this, if that person had just been that way, right? If is a waste of time when you're talking about the past, okay? So if you're saying, if you would just, if he would just, if she would just, if I would just have done this, right? So if you're using if in terms of looking back, right? Now, sometimes, of course, we do have to look back because we want to sort of adjust for the future, right? Oh man, I didn't give myself enough time to finish that project. If I'd given myself enough time, I probably would have finished. So in that context, it's important for you to acknowledge that, right? The if, so that you can change it in the future. But to sit there and come up with 3 million scenarios that would have resulted in a different outcome for you in this moment, that's a waste of time. You can think about that if it's going to help you make a different choice for the future, or if it's going to help you act now for this moment in the future. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Good morning, Sound. Good morning, Marissa, Meredith, Mom, Eleanor. Thank you for being here. And so I just want to say that wasting that energy, right? And even lamenting the past, even lamenting the experiences. Now, lamenting and processing are two different things, right? We do have to process things from the past. Do we always have to process things from the past? It's I think that it's helpful to process things from the past, and if they are difficult things, if they are traumatic things, it is important that you do it with somebody because it's very hard to do that yourself. It's important for you to do that I recommend doing it with a professional, with a therapist, psychologist, psychiatrist, a counselor, a social worker, even a coach, depending on what it is. Of course, if it's a trauma, you should have a trauma informed coach. And it's important to process those feelings and talk about those feelings and talk about what has come up from the past. But for you to sit there and beat yourself up for not seeing the signs, for not making different choices, for not taking action where you think you should have taken action, that is a waste. Instead, direct your energy to what you can do in the future. What steps can you take from this point forward to change the outcome from now? Not change the outcome from the past, because you can't change the outcome from the past. It already happened. You're here, right? And that goes for everything. It goes for relationships. It goes for jobs. It goes for where you are in your life. It goes for where you are emotionally and spiritually and physically. It goes for how you feel about your life. It goes how you feel about about everything, right? You can't do anything to change what is present in the moment. You cannot change that. And to beat yourself up or beat anybody else up for that moment, is a waste of your energy. All you can do right now is knowing what you know now, knowing the situation you're in this moment, and knowing what you want from your life, right? And using your GPS word or phrase or just using your inner guidance. How do you want to move forward with this information or with this situation? How do you want to move forward? Does this situation need to remain the way it is because you don't have any control of changing it? In that case, you need to learn how to shift your perspective about the situation, right? Or is there something you can do to change the situation? Change your relationship to the situation? Is there something you can do to remove the situation, experience, or person from your life? If there are things that you can do, right? And there's always choices and there's always possibilities. If there is something that you can do, then that is what you put your focus on. And you say, okay, I'm here in this mess. There is nothing I can do about this as it is right now. What can I do to move forward? And how can I move forward in a way that is in complete alignment with who I want to be, right? Again, that's where the GPS word comes in, right? Because it's like, I want to be someone who is peaceful. I want to be someone who is connected. I want to be someone who is inspiring. I want to be someone who is motivated. I want to be someone who is abundant, right? Who do you want to be? And then when you decide who you want to be and what kind of person you want to be, I want to be spiritually connected. Okay, well, then every single choice you make to the best of your abilities, because we are learning and growing, and sometimes we need to do these levels over and over and over again. Okay. But where you are at, what you can do, and when you remember, you have to embody and incorporate what you want to do and how you want to become, right? So if you want to be spiritually connected, how can you address whatever trauma is going on in your life, whatever struggle is going on in your life, whatever challenge or obstacle you're facing? How can you do that from a spiritually connected perspective? How can you do that from an abundant perspective? How can you make the abundant choice? How can you make the peaceful choice? How can you make the motivational choice, right? You have to decide. And then you have to apply what you've decided about you and your life. You have to apply it. Yes, God and Spirit is there to support you. And when you make a decision, your guides are like, okay, let's get ready, and sending you whatever you need. But you have to connect with it. You have to bring yourself to connect with that vibration. You have to bring yourself to that place. You have to connect with that feeling. So how can you connect with that feeling? And sometimes it's hard when you're being thrown things all day, every day, and you're struggling to stay afloat. And you're like, how can I be connected when I'm struggling to stay afloat? Well, let me tell you, when you are struggling, it is even more than ever important for you to stay connected. It's even more important than any other time for you to double down on your faith, for you to double down on your beliefs, right? If you truly believe something to be, right? If you truly believe that you deserve happiness, if you truly believe that you deserve opportunities, if you truly believe that, you deserve transformation or evolution in your life, or you just want to step into who you are and you are connected to that desire. Well, the universe, as Paulo Coelho says in his book, the universe will conspire to help you, but the universe can't do it for you. You have to do it for yourself because you're the avatar, right? You're the avatar. You're the one playing the game. The universe is like, hey, man, go this way, go that way, right? It's like, I don't know if your kids play video games. My kids do, and sometimes they'll watch like a YouTube tutorial that will give them the ins and outs of the game, right? And so as they're watching, they're like, but they can either follow the tutorial or not follow the tutorial. And that's us, right? We have this inner voice that's telling us which way to go and how to get out of our situation, but we don't always listen. Sometimes we're like, I'll just do it the old way. I don't know what you're talking about. That doesn't feel good to me. That doesn't feel comfortable. I don't know what. I don't want to do that, right? And so you just go and do things your old way. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. And you should continue doing it in whatever way feels good to you. But once that way doesn't feel good to you, or once that way isn't bringing you the results that you want, then you have to change your way. You have to change your way. You have to change your perspective. You have to change your energy around it. And that's what this show is about. That's what Me First Mornings is about. It's about making sure that you are calibrated to the energy that you want to emit, right? What kind of channel do you want to be? And what kind of light do you want to emit? What information are you putting out there? What are you contributing? What is the energy that you're contributing to the planet, to humanity, to your community, to your children, to yourself? What are you emitting? That is your responsibility. That is literally your only responsibility, is you are in charge of your energy and what you are putting out into the world. So if you don't like what's going on, you stop and you say to yourself, okay, I don't like any of this. What can I do to change it? And there's going to be a shit ton of things that you can't change because that's life, right? And that's the rules of where we are, right? We're in this game and there's certain rules and there's certain levels and there's certain things that we can't access until we get to other levels, okay? So we just have to accept that certain things are the way they are until we change them. And we have the power to change them. But if we're going to sit there wasting time yelling and screaming about how things aren't the way they should be, then you're just wasting your time and everybody else's time. What are you going to do about it? What actions are you going to take? How are you going to shift the energy around this obstacle, challenge, trauma that you are facing in your life? What can you do? Because you can only control yourself. You can't control anybody else. So how are you going to take care of it for yourself? That's the most important question. That's where you should be directing your time and your energy every single day. It's not worrying about what so-and-so's doing or what they're doing or how they're handling it. I mean, yes, within the parameters of society and how things are structured, there are steps that we need to take, right? If you want to make changes to the law, you have to start from how you need to change it, right? You have to follow kind of the rules of engagement, right? Or you do whatever the hell you want in the way that you want it, and you see if it gives you results. And if it's not giving you results, then you need to change your tactic. And that's with everything in life, right? But when you are doing things, even for yourself, everything you do must be wrapped in love and compassion. And if everything you do is wrapped in love and compassion, then you will see things unfolding beautifully, because that energy of love and compassion is the energy of the universe. So then you are connecting with the energy of the universe that can propel you forward. It's like putting on a jetpack, right? Put on a jetpack. And I'm like, okay, so I guess I'm going to do this with love and compassion, because that is what Source wants, right? Is for us to be connected through love and compassion, for us to know and understand and accept that all of us are a part of this big experiment, All right. And we are all contributing to it. So who are you going to be? How are you going to contribute? What are you going to do to improve, to give love, to encourage, to help humanity evolve into the type of humanity that exists where everyone matters, where everyone feels included and embraced? That's what's most important. Everybody just wants to be seen. I know I want to be seen. I know you probably want to be seen. Our children definitely want to be seen. I mean, for goodness sake, I'm on YouTube, a channel that was created for people to be seen. And it's become like the biggest thing in society right now is to just show up and be seen, because that's what everybody wants. That's our inner desire, is to just be seen. So how do you want to be seen? How do you want to show up? Okay, I got totally like all into my thing today. I didn't even do the warm up, but let's do the warm up right now because it's important. And I actually like that I did the talk first today, because now I want to take all of that energy, all of those thoughts about how we are wasting our energy worrying about how we got here, right? It's a waste of time. You got here. Doesn't matter how you got here, but you're here. And so now what are you going to do from this moment forward? And that is your GPS word for today, is what are you going to do today and how are you going to move forward and how are you going to embody that feeling that you desperately want? Because we all have a feeling that we desperately want. We all have something that we are grasping for. So you need to not just grasp it, but you need to grab it by the neck and bring it into your life and say, I refuse to let anyone prevent me from being happy, abundant, free, whatever, connected, spiritually connected, because I already used connected, but whatever it is that your word is. Okay. All right. So let us do our little ritual together and let us take that to heart. Let us take that to heart today and every single day. That's why we do a me first practice, because you are responsible for you. Me first, me and my energy first. I have to make sure that I am set first before I go anywhere. Okay. I've used the example before. If someone rings your doorbell, okay, and you're naked, you have to get dressed first. I mean, you don't have to get dressed first. And I know I've said that before too, because I'm all about be who you are. Okay. But generally speaking, most people will go get dressed first and then open the door, right? Because they have to be ready to be seen. Huh? Same thing energetically, right? Get yourself set, get yourself centered before you step out into the world and get all up in other people's chaos and energy, right? If you are grounded, if you are stable, then all the other crap going on around you, it's not going to deter you from your goal. It's not going to shake you from your own energy. That is true mastery. That is human mastery, is for you to not allow yourself to be shaken, right? Just like the oak tree in the yard, right? It's a big old tree, hurricanes, winds, storms, blizzards. That tree still stands. It's like, you do what you got to do, Mother Nature. I'm going to be right here, right? That's it. The tree stands tall, does what it needs to do. That's you. You got to stay put, stand tall, and do what you need to do with love and compassion. The tree doesn't start like swatting at birds or animals that come up to it to pee on it, Tree just is the tree. It's just there, being beautiful, providing oxygen, right? Providing shelter, providing nourishment. It's just there. And that's us. We also are providing oxygen. We are providing nourishment. We are providing our light. Okay, so let's do our little thing because we're almost done and I still do want to pull a card. Okay, but I got really involved in our thing today, in my little sermon today, because I feel really strongly about this, because I hear a lot of people talking about that, and it's so frustrating to me to hear people waste time talking about things they cannot change. And like I said, it's different from processing. Processing emotions about things that have happened is very different than wallowing or dwelling on how you wish things could be different. It's very different. Okay. Wallowing about the things that could be different is you activating the story over and over again in your head. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy of love. I'm not worthy of money. I'm not worthy of acceptance. I'm not worthy of whatever. No, you cannot activate that thought anymore. You need to release that and instead say, I am worthy, or whatever it is, the phrase that works for you. Okay. And that is the GPS right there, is like, what do you need to bring into your life? The feeling of worthiness, the feeling of abundance, the feeling of freedom, the feeling of, you know, having your shit together. I don't know, whatever it is that you want, whatever works for you. Okay. So we're going to take 3 deep breaths. And we're just going to go right into the deep breaths. Take big, deep breaths. And as we take these deep breaths, you're going to open up the top of your head. You're going to also allow the life force energy from Mother Nature, from Earth, to come up your legs and through your body, and the healing white light, please, just coming down through the top of your head. And I want you to fill your body with light. Fill it with light and let it break apart and dissipate anything that doesn't serve you, any stuck, stagnant, or dense energy. Just let it just go away. And when you exhale, you're going to release it. And you're going to release it with love and compassion. And we're going to ask Mother Nature to please take that and recycle it and make use of that energy in a way that is helpful for humanity. So let's do that 3 times, okay? And hold. And release. One more time. Breathe in. And hold. And release. Okay, last one, make it count. We are increasing our capacity to receive the healing love and light that heaven and earth have to offer us. Okay, let's do this one last time. Hold. And release. Okay, now we do a little stretching. Oh my goodness, Melanie, hi. Big kiss to you. Thank you for being here. Thanks, Meredith, for the heart. Heart's right back at you. Okay, we're doing a little stretching, remember, because we want to release the tension in our bodies, because your body is a channel. It is a channel of love and light. And so we need to clear that channel and just get rid of anything that's stuck or stagnant on any part of the body, okay? And then we shake it out. Hold on. Got like a heater in here, and I like got myself all worked up in a sweat, and I think the heater just made it much worse. Okay, so we're shaking it out, and now we're going to say our prayer. So whatever that GPS word that you have in your mind of how you want to step forward into the world today and every day, what you want to embody in this life, let us make that our intention for the day. Divine Mother, Infinite Father, Creator, Ascended Masters, Archangels, Spirit guides, ancestors, and all beings of 100% pure white light, allow me to be a clear and open channel of your light and love without hesitation or ego. May the highest vibration of infinite consciousness connect with my higher self and release any and all things that no longer serve me. I ask that Saint Germain and his infinitely powerful violet flame burn away all the things that no longer serve myself or humanity and hold us back from our divine existence. Help us to embody our intentions for the day and help us raise the collective vibration for the highest and greatest good of all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So be it, and so it is. All right, now it's time to pull a card and see, what do the spirit guides have to say to us about my big rant today? I don't know. They always have a little something to add, and I know we're like right at the end of our time together, but I'm going to pull this card because it's still like one of my favorite things to do, and I like to start the day this way. And I always find that the guides are like right there, man. They know exactly what to say. And just on a personal note, I've been practicing like really like, putting it out there. I'm like, okay, I need a message, and the next number I see is going to be my message. And then I'll like look up the message, right? Or like I'll pull a card, or I will say like, send me a message today. And then I will sort of keep my eyes open about what that message might be. And I have to tell you, it has been so cool to connect with the universe and feel the call and response so powerfully. And right now we're in the energy that can really do that. And don't forget, tomorrow is the new moon. And this is the time to plant our seeds and plant our intentions for the future. So go ahead and start doing that. All right, here we go. All right, number 40. And we pulled this card last week too, and it's follow the leader. All right, follow the leader. And this, once again, is just confirmation of what we're talking about, right? Your leader is the GPS system. Okay, and I said I was going to give you guys the other analogy that I had, the map analogy, but I think I'm going to leave that for tomorrow because it was I really love the map analogy and it is powerful. And you guys know I love analogies. It is what makes things kind of like sink into my brain a little better. It's what I live for, to come up with other ways for people to shift their perspective about things and just get the right analogy so that people can be like, "Oh, yes, I understand that now." I came up with a brilliant one for my son this weekend, right? Because, different analogies for different people for different purposes, but I came up with a really good one. Well, I just kind of had this image show up. And so tomorrow I will be talking about the map analogy, and that will hopefully help you when you are struggling and help you kind of see things from that perspective. So we'll talk about that. But the card, follow the leader, once again, is allow yourself to be led by your GPS, right? Allow yourself to be led by what it is that you want the most. And if you're looking for peace, if you're looking for freedom, if you're looking for connection, if you're looking for kindness, if you're looking for compassion, whatever it is that you're looking for, you have to follow it, right? Just like, and I almost want to say like on the yellow brick road, right? Like you're following like this little journey and you're like, okay, I just want to go see the wizard, right? I want to see the wizard. But when you're, on your way to see the wizard, you have to have fun along the way, right? You got to meet some friends, you have to have fun, sing some songs, right? There'll be challenges along the way, right? If we're using the Wizard of Oz analogy. But the fact is that you have to always keep in mind what your purpose is, what your goal is. Follow the leader. The leader is the feeling, is your inner guidance. Follow that inner guidance, because that is not only your inner guidance, so it is literally your operating system, right? But it is also what's connected to source. So it's your inner guidance as guided by God. So if you are not connected to that channel, what channel you're connected to, right? Who are you listening to, if not that? The ultimate supreme leader is source, right? Is love. So follow that wherever you want to go. And I promise you, the path will be enriching and fulfilling and beautiful and full of relationships that are impactful. And you will contribute so beautifully to the evolution of humanity when you follow light and love and compassion, and you follow that inner guidance that is always ready to tell you what is the next step. Okay, that's today. Thank you for being here. I appreciate your presence. I appreciate you as a human. You are amazing. I love you, and I hope to see you tomorrow. So if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, go right ahead before I end this and just press subscribe and ding that notification bell. Go to Jumpstart for Change on YouTube. That is literally would make me so happy. And spread the word to anyone else who you think may use this information, who could benefit from hearing or participating in our Me First Mornings. Please feel free to spread the word. I really appreciate you all, and I will be here tomorrow, as I am every weekday at 10 a.m. EST on Facebook and YouTube. See you soon.